Hello and welcome back everybody. So today I want to talk about world building, and the reason why is because recently we learned that the My Hero Academia movie is going to be taking place outside of Japan, and so I thought what better time to talk world building than when we find out that they're actually gonna be outside of Japan. Now some may think that this movie isn't entirely canon, and I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I don't really know what elements of it are gonna be canon. I've heard it's gonna be canon to some degree. I don't know if the whole thing will be. One thing that I kind of want to be canon, but I don't really want it to be anything too impactful, and that is the whole thing we're gonna be getting with All Might. But I'm not gonna be talking about the movie today. Today I'm gonna be talking about world building in My Hero Academia, and the first thing, excluding the movie, that I wanna bring up is America. A lot of people will know that All Might has some kind of obsession with America. He really likes it. Like, he even names his moves from states in America. Like we have Texas Smash, we have the United States of Smash, and so on and so forth. So I really want to know what it is about America that All Might finds to be so fascinating. Like, is America of My Hero Academia as significant as America as we know it? It's just something that I really want to find out. And on top of that, of course, we have Pony from Class 1B, who is actually from America. She's an exchange student studying in Japan. And we have another exchange student from 1B that is actually from China. And that brings me to my other thing I want to talk about, which is China, because the original Quirk, as far as I remember it, was discovered in China. You know, the whole thing at the beginning of the story, we found out that there was a shining baby discovered, and after that point, Quirks somehow started to appear in the world. We don't really know if they all appeared at once or if it was gradually, you know, after that point that Quirks started to appear. But if there's one thing in China that I really hope exists, it's Quirk research facilities. It's something that I really want to find out more about, because quirks have to be something that a lot of people are curious about, despite how much they may think they know about it. Much like other research fields, you know a lot about them, but you don't stop researching because you think you've reached the end. Because at the end of the day, if you're a scientist, you're curious to find out what's beyond the horizon. You just don't want to stop. Even if you may have reached some kind of milestone, there's always something else out there. So I think with quirks this will also apply. I think there's always something new to learn about quirks, and so I believe because the first quirk was discovered there, the main facilities will probably be stationed in China. I mean, I could be entirely wrong, but that's just how I feel they would set it up if there actually is such a thing as quirk research, which I'm pretty sure there is, given how in episode 1 or chapter 1 of My Hero Academia we learned that Deku was quirkless, and the way we find that out is the whole thing with the pinky toe, and that has to be through quirk research, right? Because it has to do directly with quirks, even though it is technically to do with the joint in his toe. But at the end of the day, it's linked specifically to having a quirk or not. And that is why I feel like we need to learn more about that. I also hope we learn more about countries that we haven't really seen before, even though they may not be as significant as some people may think. There's always going to be something in countries we haven't heard of, or rather countries that we didn't expect, should we say. There's always going to be something in those countries that we may find to be really fascinating, whatever it may be, you know, a new villain or a group of people, you know, anything really. The last thing that I really want to talk about regarding world building is a question that no one specifically has asked this that I know of, but the question is, will My Hero Academia reach the world building that One Piece has? And my question is very quick and very simple. No. I don't think My Hero Academia could actually ever reach that point, and the reason why is because of how vast the world and opportunities that One Piece offers, whereas My Hero Academia is quite restricted, where given how the school of 1A and 1B, you know, everyone at the UA Academy, they're actually studying in high school at the end of the day, meaning they have to remain in the UA Academy throughout these 3 years, apart from maybe a school trip at some point, but that's gonna be for a very limited time. It's not really gonna be anything like what One Piece has. You know, in One Piece, everyone is just traveling around the world all the time, meaning it just opens up so much more room for world building, while My Hero Academia is kind of locked in a way. You know, it's very restricted in how much world building that can offer. Now, if the series progresses to the point where they will actually be doing stuff after they finish high school, that is a point where world building may be able to branch out even more, but I'm not sure if it's ever gonna reach the point of One Piece, because you've only got so many countries to really handle, whereas One Piece, you know, it's an entirely different world, whereas My Hero Academia is actually set on Earth in a future timeline, meaning that, you know, you're gonna have the countries that we all know so well, meaning it's not really gonna be anything new, anything unknown as far as countries go, but we may be seeing things within those countries that are unique from how we know them. You know, obviously, since it's a world of fiction, they can still change things and they can still manipulate stuff within said countries, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna be those countries. You know, you're gonna have America, you're gonna have Canada, Scandinavia, you know, Europe, Russia, Asia, all of these parts of the world are still gonna be there. It's not gonna be anything new really. If anything, they're really gonna add some small cities maybe. Kind of like this floating city that we are going to be having in the movie. Like, that's something that I don't think the real world actually has, at least not specifically that one. So obviously there's some room to add new stuff, but at the end of the day, I think it's very limited to how much you can really add in a world like My Hero Academia. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here, so I'd like to know what you guys think about the world building in My Hero Academia. Do you think we're gonna be seeing America, China, some other countries maybe, and quite possibly, do you think we're gonna see some new stuff in countries that we all know so well? Like, are we gonna see some changes, you know, maybe cities being all different from how we know them, or entirely new cities that just doesn't exist in our world but exists in My Hero Academia? That's something that I really would like to know, like how you feel about that. Do you think they should keep Earth as it is, or should they add some of their own twists to it? Do you think Horikoshi should just make his own twists on the world, much like he has done with how he progresses his own shonen series? And as always, if you did, be sure to Detroit smash that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been Chaotic Plus, and remember everyone, Toga is waifu, Toga is Laifu.